Hello there, everybody, and welcome to another of my podcast. And tonight I've brought back the great John Rambo. Welcome.
Hello, everybody.
How have you
Tonight,
been?
Mark? You said tonight? What
Yeah,
different time zones I guess going on here.
no, it's afternoon, but it depends on where you are.
Thought they, okay, so
When
maybe
you
yeah,
listen.
somebody,
Yeah.
when they're listening to it, where they are.
Yeah.
So it's very complicated, this stuff.
Yeah.
They should just make one time, you know?
Yeah, that's I'm a person who listens to different podcasts, and one is a morning show from the beginning. But they're
Uh-huh.
like it's kind of hard since they like have so broad audience. It ends up
Right.
being on like every day of the or every time of the day.
I think it's time to break down the borders, you know? Let's get rid of different languages. We all invent a new language that everyone has to speak.
Well,
One time zone where I guess some countries would be screwed. It'd be like, darkness during the day, but that's the price you pay for global unity and love.
the time zone things is we pretty much need it. It would be kind of annoying otherwise.
Yeah, I can see that, but
Yes. So, how have you been doing? No
doing
show.
well, sir. It's autumn now, the fall,
Yeah.
and it's getting cooler. It's lovely foliage outside. Do you have a Swedish fall where the leaves change and stuff? Does it happen?
Yeah, but we had like just last weekend we had like summer, like a summer day, sort of suddenly in September. It was like it's over 20 degrees Celsius, which like normally never happens here. So
That was an ozone problem,
yeah.
It happens.
This year has been really strange because in the winter, when we have a warm winter, that usually mean not the cold summer, but it means it's going to be a rainy one and like not good weather. But
Right.
we had a warm winter, and then we had a like almost tropical summer.
Oh wow!
So that was a bit unexpected, and
Now you don't know what's happening. Now it's
Yeah,
just confused.
yeah. So now it's
When does the snow start? Is it like November-ish?
no, not like I'm in the most southern part of Sweden. So
Okay.
so it usually starts in December for us. Even
Yeah.
sometimes it really gets snow in December. We usually have most of our snow in January, February, and also March.
Okay.
So that's usually what ends up being our winter months. And then
What do you own for snow cleanup? You have like a snow blower? Do you have like special stuff? Maybe you have some sort of something we don't know about here. What do you got going on?
No,
Salt and all that.
salt is the main thing, and we don't like. There's since I live in the middle of the city, there are like companies that gets hired to do all of that things, salt the
Right.
roads and.
Wow.
Except
Okay.
if you are a house owner, then you have to take care of your own property.
What do you do with like? Because we use the salt, but sometimes there's spots where there's no sunlight. It seems like it doesn't really melt as much, even with the salt.
Yeah, we have like.
What do you do with that?
Well, we have snow plows and that sort of stuff as
Oh,
well.
okay, so you shovel it. I don't want to do that. Just trying to melt it.
Yeah, I remember hearing about like maybe you should have like some that sort of lamps that heats up. Maybe that's the
Yeah. Yeah. Right.
or maybe ground heating. I don't know.
We gotta advance the science of snow removal.
Yeah,
2014, almost 15. I mean, come on now.
yeah. Especially in like higher up in Sweden.
They're out there like Neanderthals, shovels, and I mean, come on here. Who does
Yeah.
physical labor anymore?
Yeah, well,
Everything's internet based. An internet shovel, some sort of a Wi-Fi thing. I don't know.
Yeah, that could possibly work.
I think so.
That's needs someone needs to make an invention. That
Maybe we're the ones, Mark. We gotta
yeah.
talk about this.
I don't really have good ideas for that.
You got an
stuff.
expertise. Is that
No.
your expertise? Okay. Well, I was just so you're Swedish. I was just going with stereotypes that are pretty much always true about everyone.
Yes.
Well, you're the exception to the rule, I guess.
Yeah. We do have polar bears walking on the street.
Oh wow! All right. Well, of course you do. Yeah.
Yes, of course.
Why wouldn't you?
That's our vehicles. Use polar
They
bears.
just try to jump on their backs, spank them, and they run. That'd be awesome.
That would be interesting.
Yeah. Right.
Maybe that would work in like northern Sweden.
Oh, all right. Sure.
Yes. So actually, I went on to internet and I found this article by someone else who linked it that there was a dolphin attack in Ireland.
Dolphin attack.
Yes, in Ireland of all the places, because I follow a YouTube channel that is in Ireland, and I also listen to Irish radio because one of them is on there. So one of them linked this article about in Galway in Ireland there was a dolphin.
Wow. Yeah, I'm looking at this now. This is a frightening tale. It says reports from people who witnessed the incident say the dolphin had circled the swimmers, then swam at them in an intimidating way, glancing off at them, coming and going with his tail and nose. So I think he just kind of gave them dirty looks.
Yeah.
As he swam around them. Like, what are you?
Is this the rise of the dolphins?
Yeah, it's been all about sharks for so long.
Yeah.
The whales had their moments with the killer whales, but now the dolphins are taking over here. It's always the threat that you don't suspect, right?
Yeah.
It's always the quiet ones that you have to worry about.
Yeah, these are intelligent, so like everyone is always saying how intelligent dolphins are and that sort of stuff. Or they're finally striking back, said they've had enough.
They could take over.
Yes.
Wow. I guess they tried to find the dolphin, it says. They carried out a search of the shoreline to ensure no other swimmers were in difficulty. They couldn't find him.
Maybe
He
it's
had a getaway
it's a
plan.
stealth dolphin.
He came up, gave dirty looks, swam around them, and then he just vanished. They can't find him. They're trying to find him. It's like Jaws. It's like
Yeah.
I get Spielberg to make this movie. Yeah.
So
The thing with Jaws, he was so big that they were able to find him several times.
yeah,
So this will be like a stealth
dolphin.
a stealth horror movie. He just pops up.
Maybe he have invented a cloaking device for dolphins.
He's up to something. Yeah, that's the storyline. Like some high tech equipment fell off of a ship. The dolphin got it,
Yeah.
landed on him, and now he's invisible and just going crazy.
Yeah.
All you hear is that annoying laughter, like after he pulls off his scheme as he swims away. That high pitched yell, whatever it is.
Yeah.
Wow.
That must be like. I wonder how the people, like who the 5 people or whatever it was, 5 swimmers who get surrounded by it. That must be like surreal. You're in Ireland of all places, and you're like, you don't really expect a dolphin to appear.
Interesting. If you're with 5 of your friends and the dolphin's coming at you, I mean, do you think you all team up and try to take it down? There are five of you, so
Yeah.
yeah, maybe somebody's got some sort of a weapon, maybe like a soda can or
Yeah, but I mean, you must be
like
so
you take off your bathing
surprised.
suit. You try to take your bathing suit off and just blind it,
Yeah. I mean,
cover its eyes, just punch it or something. I don't know.
you must be more surprised than anything. Like, how,
Well,
you
at
wouldn't
first you probably
expect
think it's
it.
cool, right?
Yeah.
You're like, oh, this is great. Look at that. Wow, a dolphin. This is, but then it starts getting, giving you the dirty eyes,
Yeah.
making grimacing faces at you, throwing up gang signs, whatever. And then, and you know that like, this shit's
Using
real
gang
now.
signs as well. That's
Possibly, I don't know what they do. Hey,
make,
oh, wait a second. This is not what I anticipated.
but
This is
that's sort of like global warming. How bad it's like now. We even have dolphins outside of Ireland.
that are nasty.
Yeah.
Yeah, I can see the dolphins, like off the East Coast or something. They're dicks, but the Irish dolphins now. I mean, come on. Yeah, it's I read all kinds of stuff. There's I read something about these what was it? It's these birds,
Yeah.
these seagulls, I think,
Yeah.
and they would
Seagulls.
they land on top of whales and just start pecking them. And they break through the blubber and they start eating the whales, because the whales have to come up every so often for
Yeah.
air. And this isn't something that like the seagulls would have done in the past. They've like learned this recently, and they're like killing whales.
Holy crap.
Everything's becoming more dangerous, even the oceans.
Yeah. Well, maybe the food has become scarce. I mean, especially when it comes to fish and that sort of stuff. It's like that's been a problem. Like,
That's a war out there. I mean, I guess we complain about our lives and stuff.
yeah,
But the oceans, like everything's trying to eat the other. Maybe you just go outside and there's like 20 things trying to eat you.
yeah,
I mean, it's that's the real jungle out there in the ocean,
yeah,
man.
yeah, and that's like crazy thing. You all have always these movies how like suddenly everything becomes underwater and that sort of stuff.
Right?
And I mean, we like humans would be not well equipped to handle that sort of stuff because we're not we're decent swimmers, but
Yeah.
but if we ended up being like, oh, now it's almost only ocean, I don't know how well we would have, like, because like sharks or like everything underwater is so much quicker than us and could
Oh, they're
easily,
amazing. They move like it's nothing.
yeah,
I mean, I've been watching over where I live. The squirrels are going crazy right now. Like all the animals are just going crazy. I live in the woods too,
yeah,
but they're all getting ready for the winter. So they all like they go into they store food and whatever they're doing. I don't know. But these squirrels out there are like unbelievable,
okay,
jumping all over the place, digging. I mean, they're getting ready. So it's it's an interesting thing because it's like the squirrel could survive this winter that's coming. Like I should be able to do something decent,
yeah.
right? It's like it's inspiring in some ways.
Yeah, that's the thing about animals in general. Like
Yeah.
it's survival is the thing about, and the difference with us humans is like is our minds that we have the ability to do much more than just the survival instincts aspects.
Maybe we need some of that back. We need to bring back some survival instincts.
Yeah, I
Some
wonder.
people do, I think. Yeah.
Yeah, I wonder how well we would have done if always this like apocalypse movies and that sort of stuff.
Yeah. We're not prepared for it. I mean,
Yeah,
people from like 100 years ago, they'd be better off, right?
yeah,
They'd have an easier time than us. But I think we become softer and more like reliant on our technology as time goes on, and in a lot of ways makes us weaker. So
yeah, and also like with all this trading that's like worldwide, we ship from everywhere. I mean, it feels like the place that would be decent off is like China and those places because they make everything. Asia makes everything nowadays.
right, yeah,
So if like it would end up being like we don't make anything anymore here in Sweden almost.
yeah. Most the U.S. doesn't really do anything either.
So
It's all outsourced.
yeah,
Yeah, I think maybe I think schools you should learn more about I don't know, survival stuff. If you're in the woods alone, what do you do?
Yeah,
It's just like that could be like a day of school.
yeah,
That's okay. You're not taking too much time away from whatever algebra or something.
yeah.
Wood shop. Well, like yeah,
Yeah,
I mean
yeah.
some kind of
Some of the math stuff are like.
it's like
I think you
worthless.
should. Yeah, I think you should divert earlier if you want to continue with math or not, because
Right.
you at least you know fairly early on if you want to go with against something like you want to aim for something that needs math or not.
Just basic stuff. Like if someone's choking around you, do you know how to do the Heimlich maneuver? Were you taught how to
Yes.
do this? Were you taught how to do it,
Uh,
or you just know
yeah,
what it
I
is?
have
But you
I have been taught, but like that was when I was like I don't know 12, 11. Like
right.
that so far. So,
I think like at school they should give you some like basic medicine stuff. I'm not saying like you should be taught how to like make drugs or anything, but
yeah,
maybe some like remedies for things if you're in a bind, how to help someone that was like bitten by a snake or something, or has a bad cut.
yeah,
How do you stop the bleeding, or like if someone's choking, just like basic stuff that could happen in your own home.
yeah.
And like I was taught this in my school. I know what to do. So like they don't ever get into that over here. Which were my experience.
Yeah, we have done those sort of things, like first aid classes and that sort of stuff.
Okay,
But
yeah, it's
like,
good.
but I mean, you do it once, like once.
Yeah,
I
they just do it
remember.
to like get it out of the way.
Yeah, and
All right, we taught them. That's it.
yeah, and also I
Move
did
on.
it when I was like 11, 12,
Uh huh.
and I'm like, today I like that's so long
Yeah,
ago.
I don't know what to do. It's good.
Yeah,
It's almost like they want you to rely on like the the doctors and stuff. So if like something goes wrong, you just call the ambulance. That's what you're
yeah,
supposed to do. But I don't know. I think we'd be better off if like everyone knew CPR and the Heimlich and how to like close wounds and all that stuff.
yeah,
Like we'd be better off as a society. I think, right? If we
yeah,
all knew how to do this.
yeah. Of course we
Absolutely.
would.
But it's weird. They don't want you. It's like they don't want you to know. I'm not sure.
They need to make more money. They
I don't know
need
what it
people
is.
to go to ERs and that sort of stuff to make
You
them
got to pay for medical
overcrowded.
school in order to know how to do it.
Yeah.
If you don't pay the bill, you can't know the info.
Mm.
But that's what I proposed here today on the Crowdcast, is that the schools reform and we learn how to do basic stuff. They teach us survival skills as well. If we're lost in the wilderness or in the ocean or something, what to do. We need to know these things. Because if the apocalypse does come, we won't be as screwed, right?
Yeah.
So there you go.
That that's the interesting thing is I one thing I always like watching documentaries here and there, and one thing I remember is there's this chart of the points in time when we have had like ice ages,
Yep.
and it's funny because it's like it's an up and down sort of scale. We like it's going up and it's warmed and it goes down to being an ice age again and that sort of stuff. And now at this point we are the warmest the planet has ever been.
Wow.
Like it's like sky high, like
Yeah.
the chart. So you wonder if the ice age is going to be the coldest one ever, if that or when that finally happens.
Well, as long as we're both gone, by then it'll be okay, I guess.
That's always the dream.
But is that kind of like what they like? It's definitely going to happen again eventually because it just always happens. Like it's a cycle.
Yeah,
just
but
always
but
happen?
the cycle is like it's not like set in stone when it's going to
You can't,
happen.
you can't really predict it, but it's believed that
Yeah,
it could happen again.
at one point, it's really probable that it's going to happen again. And,
You think maybe technology advanced so much by that time that they'll have little huts that they just go in and
Uh,
underground cities or something. the Earth.
Yeah. Also, I think the countries that is near the equator, like Africa and South America, those places are probably not going to enter an ice age ever because it's like,
Just too
the,
warm.
yeah, exactly,
So everyone's gonna go there then,
yeah,
and
but
that's gonna be
that,
a lot of problems.
yes, exactly,
So it's interesting. You look at the world that we live in. There's a lot of the problems that exist are like we create, like mankind created, right?
yeah,
But like we things are pretty good if you think about it. Like the Earth is stable for the
yeah,
most part,
yeah,
and like the weather is not. You know, you could live pretty much anywhere on the globe except for like Antarctica, I guess. But even then, you could with the proper stuff. I don't know why you
yeah.
want to, but
One
like
thing,
that's like a major problem. Like
yeah,
the Earth is failing us, everyone. Like that's a real problem.
yeah. Well, we have
The
like,
problems we got now is just people being stupid and attacking each other or whatever it is.
yeah.
Disagreements over whatever religions and things. But that's nothing really. People got to stop that.
One thing that's pretty interesting is how the I was watching when I was c- coming home from New York
Yep.
in April. I was watching a documentary, a BBC documentary about how the plates in the planet moves, and how like how they are moving all the time. So
Yep.
it was pretty interesting how, like, at some point I think Australia is going to get closer and closer and actually join straight into Asia.
Wow.
And yeah,
What would it attach to? Like
yeah, it
China
would.
or something?
Yeah,
Japan?
yeah,
Maybe
yes.
Japan,
Like
Australia.
China, India, and all those like tiny
Yeah.
places would
Well,
just
that'd be cool. You could go there on a vacation. You get to go right into China
yeah,
from Australia. It's fine.
yeah, and I think Africa was also going to split in two, if I remember
Whoa.
correctly, and that sort of stuff. Like it was. This is going to take like
Some time.
hundreds of thousands of years to happen, but
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
so much stuff is going to move, and the like how we remember the planet it is today, it's not going to
Yeah.
be that same
Well,
way
wasn't it
from.
wasn't it originally like a lot different too, right? It was all pieces that were stuck
Yeah,
together and
yeah,
they kind of
yeah.
broke apart and
It was a Pangea, was it
yeah,
called?
yeah,
Like it
that's the
was
word, yeah.
one big giant thing, and then
Yep.
it broke off, and
Now we
because
got this.
that's the reason why Antarctica has dinosaur remains and sort of stuff, because there was like that was part of Pangea and that sort of stuff, and instead they ended up.
You think Antarctica has like a lot of cool stuff on it? Just underneath the ice and everything?
Yeah,
Maybe it's just got all kinds of cool shit. We don't know.
yeah. Well,
Could be anything.
they have found stuff on Antarctica when it comes to dinosaurs and that sort of stuff. They're probably the best well preserved because
Yeah.
of all of the ice and snow and
Kept
that
them
sort
on
of.
ice. It's like refrigeration.
Yeah,
Huh.
it's all fascinating stuff.
It's all fascinating stuff. And then they said there's parts of the ocean that they don't know anything about. They know less about that than they do about space.
Yeah,
It's so deep.
yeah. I
Yeah. Who
think
knows
about
what's there?
it. Like,
There's probably animals down there, I would think, right?
yeah,
We never discovered.
yeah. Like you almost feel like there's gonna be like a Godzilla or something like that on the.
Just some insane. It could be frozen,
Yeah,
and they melt the ice someday, and it comes out.
yeah. Or maybe there's like dinosaurs that still lives on the like deep
Just
bottom
prehistoric
of.
fish dinosaur.
Yeah,
Yeah, we needed like a nice discovery. It's been a long time.
yeah.
Something.
I
You
feel
know.
like the water is probably gonna be the next one. I mean, we can. The problem is the pressure.
Oh yeah. You
It's
can't get any equipment down there.
yeah, like think about it. It would crush a submarine just going.
They got to create adamantium
Yeah,
for real. Figure out how they did it in the comics, and but we need some sort of a nice discovery. I think it would get everyone, it would make everyone happy in the whole world. Something, Look at this new fish.
yeah, or
Got
like
6 eyeballs. It's got legs. It can sing. I mean, it's something. It's got hair and fur. I don't know, something, right?
that would be hilarious.
Yeah, we need that.
So it sort of
Mankind.
reminds me of how the fish and that sort of stuff is in The Simpsons with all the
Oh, you have
radiation.
multiple eyes.
Yeah,
Well, I guess we could make mutants, but that'd be. We need like a natural occurrence, I think. That
yeah.
like look what we did with our pollutions. We mutated things.
Yeah. I um what was I going to say? Yeah,
Yeah.
but it's all fascinating stuff. I mean,
We need something good, not we got Ebola. We don't want that. We want
yeah. I wonder if we're gonna take the step to like humans evolving more again. Like there are always these like TV shows and that sort of stuff. Like
hmm
you can be immune to fire or like create fire or whatever it is. You like. I
Yeah.
wonder what will be the next sort of evolution.
I saw
of
some
things.
I saw some thing about this a while ago, and the guy was predicting that like people's thumbs are bigger because they
Okay.
only like all the because of like all the stuff we do with the devices, and then like the eyes would change because we don't like go outside as much, or I don't know, weird
Yeah,
stuff.
and
We're just becoming like moles that like live in little, just stay inside and just look at
yeah,
screens.
yeah, and also maybe like we probably will in the end create like artificial bodies we use instead. Didn't
Well,
make
yeah, when your own body gets just so out of shape because you don't move,
yeah,
you gotta like move your consciousness into another being in order and then ruin that one too.
yeah, yeah. But that's one thing I always thought interesting. Like technology, it's like it's good and bad because I mean it's kind of we don't really meet people in that way anymore, especially here in Sweden where like it's so heavily on being on your phone
Yeah,
and just being on that all the time and being on the computer and that sort of stuff.
yeah. I don't know what it really. I don't know what it brings to us as like a society because if you look at the economy here is like not very good.
Mm.
But there was times before all the technology that the economy was very good, like in the not like the early '90s, it was like a good
Yeah,
economy. But then you get all these well, we have all these phones, we have all this shit,
yeah,
but the economy's bad. So it's like, how did it actually help anything?
yeah. I think
It's weird, man.
the problem in USA especially is that the fact that technology exploded in the late 90s and early
Yeah,
2000 and the people that like running the country isn't like they know nothing about technology and how to utilize it and how to like make new laws for it and that sort of stuff, and that's
yeah,
why they try to hinder it more than anything because they have no idea like what to do with it and that sort of
yeah.
stuff.
Well, it's
So
just odd because people pay for like you pay for your phone every month, you pay for your internet.
yeah,
There's all these extra costs just to live that you need all these things just to basically be functioning in
yeah,
today's world. But then it's like these are all these extra costs that didn't really exist like 25 years ago.
mm.
But now the economy's worse. So okay, I don't know.
Yeah,
Someone explain that to me.
yeah, and the how like so many companies going to China and Asia.
No, that's probably a piece of it too. Yeah.
so cheap to make stuff there, and yeah,
Yeah, it's messed up, man.
mm. But China is actually
It's messed up.
having a bit of a problem in that regard as well, because you know that they have the child uh, thing where if you get a second child, you have to
Yeah,
uh,
too many. They want less
pay.
people.
You have to pay money because you
Right, right.
like. So that's the so everyone can only have one child, or you have to pay money if you uh, have
Yeah, that's no
more.
good. That's kind of seems doesn't seem very natural, right? Seems kind
Uh,
of
well, the problem for them is being like if you only have one child, they're gonna
yep.
give that child the best uh, like education possible. So the China have the problem right now where they're becoming overeducated and they have like no one to do the factory jobs and that sort of stuff because
Yeah, yeah.
everyone is so educated because you can only have one child.
Okay.
So that's why like China is like getting a lot of immigrants like that needs to work for them and that sort of stuff.
Oh. Huh.
So
It's a whole thing
yeah,
that's going on out there.
yes, yeah, yeah. You're leaving now, aren't you? So
Yeah, I gotta get going, man. Thanks for having me on. It always goes so fast. It's crazy.
yeah, like that's the thing about it, like you think like oh 30 minutes, that's
Yeah.
a pretty decent time, but like it's like nothing. I think when I did with OJ, we did like 1 hour and 20 minutes or something like
That
that.
place seems fast too.
Yeah, and we actually, after we ended it, we actually continued talking. So
Wow.
we could have even kept going and that sort of stuff. So yeah,
Cool, man. Well, I'll be back on Wednesday. I'm doing the show on Wednesday.
yes, that's
We got some stuff going on. We got most of the episodes on iTunes right now,
okay.
and we will by then we'll have all of them. I think every episode's up on the website now in MP3 form, which is cool.
Okay, nice.
And we're going to New York Comic Con next weekend,
Yeah,
so some stuff going down. You know.
yeah. I was at work, so I had one of the I think episode 54 and 55 and that sort of stuff. I had that stored on my laptop, so I
Oh, right
listened
on.
to episode I think 54 and like it's just like it's so nice just to listen back to different times. So I think I will probably re-listen to a bit more of them.
Yeah, I just wanted. We're kind of like taking care of our stuff before we move on to new things. You know, want to
Yeah,
make sure all the shows are kind of preserved. They're all like really easy to get,
yeah,
all available different places. And I'm doing the Schnozzman Hole Punch, going back to the old episodes. So I'm kind of like in this time warp right now where I'm
yeah. Like
working with old episodes of the show and old footage from years ago, and it's kind of odd. You know, it's like it's cool to reflect on it.
yeah,
And
it's a good time capsule, and
yeah, you want to make sure it's not like lost and just disappears. 'Cause
yeah,
it's somehow just available all the time. You know.
yeah, a lot of episodes that are like good, like they're not dated for that time and be like you can
Uh huh.
always listen to like the ice cream ones
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
and those kind of episodes. Those are always great to listen to. So
Yeah, hopefully there's some good stuff in there. People can check it out.
yeah,
So, all right, buddy. Well,
yes,
let me know when you want to do it again,
yes.
and we'll do it.
Mm. So yeah, I'm just ending off the podcast quickly. So you can find John Rambo at JohnRamboPresents, and you can also find him on Twitter at Super John Rambo. You can find me at Story of Crown on Twitter, and you already found this podcast on the YouTube, so you can just click
So, congratulations.
click my name. Yeah, you can just click
Yeah.
my name, or like if I link it on Twitter, you can just go from there and just find me. So thank you all for watching, and I will see you guys another time. Bye.
Bye bye.